This week's chapter of Bleach had people like good morning, good afternoon, and good night. It's Mr. Antilock here to navigate you through the extravaganza that is Bleach, Chapter 677, Horn of Salvation 2. Page 1. We knew that Getsuga Grand Ray Zero wouldn't have any effect on Juha, but part of me hoped that it did. I was like, yo, I wish that it would have just put at least a little scratch on Juha, made him open up both eyes. But the first page, Juha starts talking shit like, Ichigo, bro, you ain't on my level. The man says, you combine the Getsuga Tencho with Grand Ray Zero for a mutt. Born of a combination of all different things. It's a power that suits you. Like, bro, Juha is looking down on Ichigo as God would look down on a gerbil. The part that caught me was that Juha pretty much absorbed that attack like it was nothing. Anybody else would have been like cat poop, but Juha just like straight absorbed that shit like, what? I have to point out that the sword that Juha is wielding looks like the exact sword that Zangetsu Juha handed to Ichigo when he said, here is your true Shinigami powers. People, is the resemblance not uncanny? Is it not? I'm just saying, if it walks like a Juha and talks like a Juha, is it not a Juha? I have reason to believe that Ichigo is Juha Bach's true successor. And the reason why he wants Ichigo's powers so bad is so he can stabilize the Hollow and Quincy togetherness, because Hollows are sickness for Quincy. If you could stabilize those two things, it would make Juha virtually unstoppable. I digress. And the hype continues throughout this battle. Juha starts setting up booby traps all around the battlefield. Ichigo's like, yo, I could take this nigga. I just need like the great opportunity. And Juha sees right through that. The almighty ability and the ability to see the future. Even if Ichigo can change the future, Juha stated that the future is merely like small grains of sand. Even if you change it, all of those possibilities, I can see them. Do you realize how epic that is to see all of those possibilities as grains of sand? Those are like itty bitty, almost invisible to the human eye. Tiny grains of sand possibilities, and he knows which one to pick to counter you. That is truly an awesome ability, and I have to say, this week's chapter was dope. Battle chapter, a little bit of words, but dope. Something really disappointing for me to see in this chapter was that Orihime may be deemed the Sakura useless character of this arc, although I thought that she would bring something to the battle besides being a shield and a healer, which is very important to a battle. You need somebody that can like protect you from things and heal you like a medic. You need somebody in a battle like that, but to see her outside with the shield up looking sorry, very disappointing. I wish that her training would have amounted to something. And what's crazy is, what if it comes to the point in the battle where, and this is a big what if, because Orihime's like starting to disappoint me. That's my baby mama and all, but she's starting to disappoint me. But what if it comes to the point in the battle where Juha kills Ichigo and Orihime just goes batshit and like shows some sick ass ability? I don't know. I'm hoping for that. I'm hoping Orihime brings more to the battle than sitting outside with a shield up, waiting for something to happen so she can heal somebody. I mean, that's just me. Okay, I want to read on from page 19 up until the meat of the chapter, the last page, the dick tease of the chapter. Juha says, as I watch over all of them from high up, talking about the grains of sand, the future that he gets, I can see every single last grain of sand clearly. Don't abandon your hope, Ichigo. Proceed as you always have, and just as you always have, atop these tumbling grains of sand we call fate and possibility. Keep jumping from one grain to the next blindly. That is the truth behind what you humans call hope. But please do not despair. There is nothing more gut-wrenching for a parent than to kill a child who has lost themselves in despair. Bro, Juha is building Ichigo up for something a lot bigger than actually killing him. I want to know what this bigger picture is. I want to know if he's preparing them for a final villain, which is the Soul King, to take him down, or somebody else lurking in the shadows. What is Juha preparing him for? Why is Juha taking it so easy on Ichigo? Because he could kill him at any time. He displayed that in his chapter when he set that trap to blow out his arm chest area and Ichigo tumbled over. He can kill him at any time. Why doesn't he? And then Ichigo's retort is simply this: and what of this despair? I know it all too well, because up until now I've climbed up, kicked it in its teeth, surpassed it over and over again, just to make it to this very moment. Ichigo says Bankai, and I have to admit, I'm not going to say that it was predictable. I'm not going to say that I was hype. But this week it was more of a contained hype. It was contained. I wasn't like, oh, Ichigo said Bankai. It was contained because it was like, I can't say that I exactly saw it coming. I don't have Juha abilities to see Kubo's every idea like a grain of sand and shit. But Ichigo could not fight Juha on that level without saying Bankai. But is Ichigo's Bankai enough? That is the real question of this story. Is Ichigo's Bankai enough to face Juha right now? I don't know. Overall, dope and solid chapter. I would love to hear what you think about the chapter. Leave that in the comment section. Like if you haven't done it yet. Subscribe because it's in your best interest. Peace.